Morning guys, welcome back to Betty's channel. She's doing the do as always. So we're back home now and it's time to sort of like look at Betty and see what we need to change. So just going to do a video today on what I think needs to be changed to make our life a bit easier when we're on the road. So yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit. So I'm going to see, one of the things we found was the toilet only lasted a couple of days till it was full. We had to change it. But then we decided not to put paper down and then put paper in sort of nappy sacks. So it should last a bit longer. So I'm going to see if I can get a deeper cartridge for this Porta Potty 145, Thetford 145. If we can get a deeper one, it can just be raised ever so slightly and that gives us a bit more capacity, which means obviously it means a longer time you can poo in it. This under the sink cupboard kept opening and all that in the baskets kept falling off as we're going around corners. So I need to change this catch for magnets because magnets seem to hold it a lot better. So that's another change. Doesn't change anything about the fridge. That worked quite well on the inverter. The only thing about the inverter is I'll just go around and show you. So our Edosia 1000 watt inverter works absolutely fine with no issues whatsoever. It powered the fridge for 5 days, well 3 days, and it was two days on the site. But it powered Christine's hair straighteners. It won't power the hairdryer, so we didn't even try that. But one of the issues is when it senses that the leisure battery is getting too low, it starts to beep, which is fine because it gives you a warning that your battery's going to run out. But at 2 o'clock in the morning when it's beeping away and your voltage says 12.3, it's not really that low. So I need to find out a way of silencing that alarm or removing it completely. So if anybody knows about it, it's an EDCO power inverter, 1000 watt peak, 2000 watts, single plug socket. And if anybody can help me, they can put a comment about it and then I can obviously have a better night's sleep. But the electrical side of it, I can't fault. Split charger works fine. Solar panel is amazing because that, well, obviously when it's sunny. Internet, not a problem with that, that was working fine. Only certain places where it was a bit patchy, but yeah, so the electrical side of things is fine. So, like I said, the only change is I need to silence the alarm on the inverter. Now, even though the wooden ply pot on the back makes it look really, really tidy, I think there's going to be an issue when it's wet because taking them off, I have to put them on the floor or on the bed, which is not ideal anyway, really, especially if it's been raining, because I don't want them to get wet. So I might think about either putting a hinge on so it drops down like that. That could also make a small table, to be honest, if I do that one as well. But then I've got a problem if I need to climb in and fix something. Or I could have them hinged that way, which is what I really should have done, I suppose. But yeah, I suppose. But I think at the time when I was cutting them, I wasn't too sure about measuring them out, so that this was the easiest way to do it. And it's quite secure as well, they don't drop off. So that may be the way to go and make them into doors, like double doors, and leave this one as a magnet, because I can still get to the diesel heater tank if I take that off. So I might do that. And the other thing, we've been very, very lucky with the weather in Wales. But there's going to be a time when I need to access the back and it's going to be raining. So I might have to think about some sort of pull-out tarpaulin that I can drape over the doors. And that'll come to about here. A bit like they have, or some sort of vans have on the side with the pull-out awning. Something similar to that. But at the back, just sort of raised up slightly so I can just stretch it over down the doors and perhaps stop about here on a little hook or something. Maybe I've got some tarpaulins, so I might try it and see how easy it is to store, because there's a bit of space across here to put something on, like a frame or something, so I can, yeah, play about with that. These cupboards, I have no idea on this earth why I did them at an angle like that. I think it was because when I put the control panel in, that was at a slight angle as well, so I just think I just followed the line. But in terms of storage, I need to straighten them out and make them flat so stuff doesn't fall out. Nothing did fall out, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the level from there across out to about here and straight up to the roof, keeping that edge there. So basically the cupboard is probably going to look like that, and then across there. So it's a bit more storage, but it's a bit more secure as well, because nothing's going to fall out when you open the cupboards, potentially. At the moment I can't think of anything else. Oh yes, I've just thought of one thing. Back in a sec. Right, we're in the kitchen now. So cooking was fine, absolutely no problem cooking or even washing up, but I'll come back to that in a second. When you cook something like steak or bacon and it tends to spit the fat out, we had the chopping board behind there as a splash really, and it didn't really, well, it worked but not brilliantly, and we got a bit of splashing on here, but that's been varnished so I can wipe off. But for a bit of extra storage space, like when we were washing up and we can put like a dish rack on there, the piece of worktop I cut out, I'm going to make it into a hinged lid, because I saw this on Mel's, one of Mel's van life. He wasn't talking about that, it was just he had a checker plate top to his burner. I've probably seen his video when he's done it, but that was a while ago. Anyway, so I'm going to make that hinged, so when we're cooking, it's got a proper splashback, and then when we need to wash up, we can just put our plates on there and then dry them. Oh, the other thing is, we definitely need bigger plates, because on Friday it's steak night in our household, or our Betty's household. So we had to have, I don't know if anybody saw the video or not, we had to have steak and peas on a plate, and we had chips, and we had chips in a bowl in kitchen roll. So it was nice, don't get me wrong, it was lovely, but it'd be nice if we could just have it all on one plate. So that's the next purchase, is bigger plates. Other changes are, when we are stationary, is to have hooks underneath that shelf so we can hang our cups, and then obviously when we're travelling just put them back in the drawer, because it's just easy access, because sometimes when you sat here cooking you can't get to the cups in the drawer. So I'll come back in a minute, because there is something else I forgot to mention, but yeah, just bear with. Right, when we're putting the little dining table up, it's like two flat brackets of metal that just slot into another flat bracket that's got spaces in, which is fine, you know, it doesn't move anywhere, but if you knock it slightly with your knee, that happens. Or in terms of me, when I've had a bit of wine and I knock it and that falls off, wine slides off, and I'm not wasting wine, because you know I love my wine. So I need to come up with a little contraption perhaps underneath that keeps it secure to the kitchen worktop. But yeah, I'll have to think about that, but that's one thing I need to do, and that then would make this a bit more solid. Like I said, it's fine, you can rest on it. I mean, we played Scrabble on it, we've had our tea on it, you know, we've had drinks on it, but if you knock it, it is devastating, because I think I lost about half a cup of the Baroness at weekend, and I'm not having that. So yeah, so that's the table. No problems with storing the table, because it just folds down, so just bear with, I'll show you. So that's the table down, and it just, for ease of storage, it just sits behind behind the bulkhead. Like that. Like that. Just tucked in nicely there, and them there outdoor chairs. Collapsible washing up bowl. Excellent there. That came from Aldi too. Love Aldi, me. This is just a bit of a little change. It's that the kettle we bought initially has a habit of the handle just keeps falling down. So when you try and pick it up, obviously you burn your fingers off, which is not good. So I might just drill a little hole in there and just put a pop rivet so that stays upright. It's not a problem because we just store it in our pan cupboard. Yeah. I think one of the biggest things we need to change is we have to be a lot more organised, because normally in this storage bit here sits this storage box, which at the minute has kept some of our food and stuff in. It's also a seat. So, like, if we're parked up now for a week or so or whatever, I'd put that box under there and then pull it out when we're ready to travel. But, because what we had in there was my stuff, Christine's stuff, but it was stuff that we didn't really use on a daily basis. Unless it may sound a bit daft, but we didn't use it on a daily basis, so we need to put in there what we need on a daily basis. So that's why we need to be more organised, because when I wanted stuff from one of my bags, I had to go out the back and in underneath the bed to get it, which was a bit of a pain. So we need to make sure that we're only taking what we need. But then again, that's the same when any holiday going into it. But I always take too much stuff. I'm a bugger for that, really. So I need to be more cutthroat in what I'm taking and just take what I need. I mean, for instance, I'll give you an example of what I'm like. We were here for 4 days, 4 nights, 5 days. So that's like 5 underwears, 5 socks, 5 t-shirts, a couple of pairs of shorts, jeans if it's cold, hoodie top, fleece, that kind of stuff. I took 12 teen t-shirts, which was just ridiculous, a pair of jeans, 3 pairs of shorts, 3 fleeces, a hoodie top. I know the weather in the UK is a bit unpredictable, but that's what I need to stop doing. I just need to take what I need. And if at the end of the day, I've got a raincoat, if we go out and it rains, change of underwear, change of socks, we've got hiking boots, we've got trainers, it's all you need. Really is. Even wandering around Conway, like we did yesterday. So, yeah, that's big thing, is being more organised. I've definitely learned that. So, the bed, let's talk about the bed for a second. The bed was so comfortable. We had a brilliant night's sleep every night. It was not an issue. Even though it was a cheap mattress, and it doesn't fit properly, and I can't cut it down because it's like a sprung mattress, it was really comfortable. And the foot, obviously distance, the foot thing between the cupboard and top of the mattress isn't that great. But I've ordered a memory foam mattress off eBay, which has come, but it turns out to be a single. So I've contacted them. Anyway, this mattress is 8 inches thick, or 8 inches high. The memory foam mattress is only 4, so it's going to come to about there. About the top of the mattress. And then you've got the duvet and stuff on top of it, so it's probably going to be about there. So we're going to lose, or we're going to gain in space at the back of there, about 3 or 4 inches. So it's, yeah, that's all good. So that'll make our feet a bit more happy. Happy feet. What else? We did use the diesel heater a couple of times, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, because it did get a bit nippy, but it warmed it up within a few minutes, and it was only on like 11 degrees, so not used much diesel in that, but it's really, really warm. On the Betty's vehicle itself, the sliding door mechanism, as you can see, is a bit noisy, so I'll probably have to grease that up properly. So if we want to get anything, if we need to get out of the van early in the morning, we're not going to be disturbing the neighbours, that kind of thing, if we're on the site. So that's to do. One of the other changes that I think we need to make is to, put that in focus for a start, is varnish the floor underneath the water tanks. because you can see there's a bit of water spillage there and it's unavoidable. So yeah, for our next journey we'll varnish that. I think I'd also take a more basic toolkit, even though I used a drill on the campsite because I was sorting out the recesses like that for the hookup lead. I don't think I need a saw, lump hammer, bits and pieces. So yeah, I can probably make that a bit smaller, save a bit of storage space and a bit of weight. So yeah, that's another change. I think one other change I'd make could be with the hookup cable, perhaps put a double socket on there, because I can then use the battery charger to charge the larger battery while we're on hookup. Just another way of charging stuff, that's all. But it's not important, it's not urgent, because obviously the solar panel, the engine running, gives the battery enough charge, and that's proved it this weekend because we've had the lowest it's been is 12.2, 12.3 volts. So yeah, it's good, everything's working alright. So yeah, well pleased. Is that, or is that not the best storage bag for your hookup cable? How cool's that? And that's all our storage in the garage area. That's just a little table that we can have outside. That's the back of the storage box, back of the fridge, and then there's two 10-litre water containers next to the gas bottle. And then obviously a bit of storage up there as well. So yeah, it's all good. So it's coming together. Like I said, it's a learning curve for us both, and Betty as well, you know, seeing how she treats us. So yeah, it's all going well. Thanks very much for watching the changes we need to make on the road to make our life a bit easier. As ever, Betty's doing the do. Thanks for watching. Please give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, and we'll see you soon. Bye.